This is the RX-78 Gundam from the Gundam Universe line. My flight for Holiday Matsuri leaves in like 6 hours, so let's get to it. This is the packaging, if you couldn't tell. It says Gundam right there, which is a reference to the Gundam franchise. You got the classic logo right there, which is a reference to the classic Gundam series. You get some pretty cool looking box art right there. Here's a look at the side. Here's the other side. Got some more artwork on the bottom. And here's the back of the box. Once again, it says action and articulation. And if you've seen my review of the Gundam Unicorn, you know that's a lie. It shows the other figures that are available. Make sure to watch my review of this one after this video. Now let's open it up. Here are the instructions if anyone cares. I don't. And things have fallen out. There goes my will to live. Here's the figure, and holding it in my hand, it feels pretty solid. A solid piece of waste. Just kidding, this is actually a really good figure. The head seems a bit loose here though. The proportions on this are a bit bulky, especially the legs. The quality of plastic on this feels really good, and unlike my unicorn figure, this one doesn't come with any stains. The head on this actually looks amazing, along with the rest of the figure. It's got some nice panel lining on the legs, with some on the shoulders and the arms. Here's a look at the back of the figure. You have his backpack. I'm actually not able to take the backpack off on this one, and I don't really want to force it. You have a nice metallic gold for the eyes, and the front camera and back camera are a nice metallic red. There are some quality control issues on the back right there, and it has some thick ass calves. Here it is next to the Gundam Unicorn figure, and I think this one blows this one out of the water by a lot. It's like comparing pizza with pineapple on it to pizza without pineapple on it. Here's a closer look at their heads. Just all over, I think the RX is a much better figure than the Unicorn one. The proportions on both of these figures are off from the show, perhaps in an attempt to make it more like an American action figure. Also, the hands on these are pretty much the same, so you get some cross compatibility. You can swap out some of the pieces, so you could create something really horrible.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
Here it is next to a high-grade RX-78 2 kit. Sorry if my build quality on this is shit, it was one of my first ones. And here it is next to the entry-grade RX American type. Sorry if my build quality is shit. I have the regular RX-782 of this, I just haven't built it yet. Here's a closer look at them side by side, and you can tell there's a vast difference in proportions and details on them. And just by looking at the legs, you can see how crazy different the proportions are. This thing's got normal looking legs and feet, while this has more of a mommy please step on me type of legs and feet. Here's a look at the backs of both of these. Now here it is next to that entry-grade American type. Here's a closer look at the top half and the bottom legs. Here's a look at the backs of both. This is honestly a really great looking figure. It only comes with 2 extra hands, 1 trigger hand and 1 for holding the beam saber. It also comes with a stand adapter, 2 beam saber hilts, which I'm still not sure if I like the designs of. They're very different from the series. These are much more rectangular and flat, and you get 2 pieces of candy looking like beam saber effects pieces. And like the unicorn ones, these do glow under UV. UV more like you very much should subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out my Patreon. Here is the shield. The shield has a really good amount of detail on the inside of it, and the front very much looks like that classic shield, because that's what they were going for. I'm not sure what I'm trying to say here. And it comes with an attachment accessory for it as well, which you just put on right there. And here is its little weapon of war, which also has a good amount of detail on it. And the scope right here can move. And the scope right here can move. Now let's take a look at this figure's articulation. With the head being on a ball joint, it's able to look all the way around, and it can spin all the way around. It can look up and down that much. It can also move forward and back a bit like that. You can bring the arms up about that much. Also, these are on a ball joint, so they can pop off and move around. The bicep area can spin around, and it's very squeaky. 90-degree elbow movement. The hands are on a ball joint. It can spin all the way around. There is ab movement, and the waist movement is very limited. These skirt flaps can move. Same with the side ones. The legs can go up about that high, and this one isn't as loose as that one on mine. You get a decent knee bend, and the legs can go back about that much. These right here can also move, and the feet can move up and down, and they can move side to side. The beam sabers can go in his backpack right there, just like that. And if you want him to hold his accessories, you can just swap out his hands. You can put together the beam saber like this, and put it in his hand. And if you really wanted to, you could put the other beam saber in his trigger hand, and it does kind of work. Also, you could technically make him hold the high-grade beam sabers, and it doesn't look too bad. But the high-grade saber effects pieces are too loose for the hilt. But if you really wanted to, you could probably find a way to keep it in there. Also, here's a side-by-side look of the high-grade beam saber hilt along with the universe hilt. Now for his pew pew blaster, stick it in there like that, fairly simple. And for the shield, just place his hand through here and put his hand through here like this. First you gotta put his hand through here like this, and then you can put the shield on and then peg it in, and there it is with its shield. And it looks really great, honestly. The shield right here can also plug into the back, but with a minor touch it pops out. No! Honestly, this figure is really good. It's much better than the unicorn one. I do recommend you check out that video right over here and let me know what other stuff you'd like to see me review.